Hey there, I'm with Josh, Joe, RJ, and Lizzie, and they are Hailstorm. Yeah. This is pretty fabulous. I'm really psyched to get to meet you guys.
Great to meet you too.
Man, okay, sophomore album. Everyone says that it's so tricky to do that one because you have your whole life to write that first album, but you guys have really nailed that sophomore album.
I think we work better under pressure when we know there's a deadline.
Well, I mean, people are saying that this is like a whole new creative level for you guys. So how do you respond to that type of praise?
Well, we definitely didn't plan that. We got right off the road, went into a studio and started recording. You know,
in like 2 days.
Yeah, we had like 24 hours to pack and then go.
You're in the studio the next day.
Yeah, and we had like a handful of songs we had written. Some were finished, some were not, and we were kind of freaking out a little bit. The only way that I can justify, you know, whatever the success of our record is that when you take your brain out of it and you just kind of chase after whatever gets you excited.
Yeah, we just don't think.
Yeah, just don't think too much.
You're thinking again, stop that. I guess that was kind of the theme for our record, was having that kind of duality of the two different personalities of us.
Grammy nominated, that's a big deal. What does it feel like to know that that phrase will forever be attached to Hailstorm?
Isn't that freaking nuts? I'm telling you, like, we're still like trying to wrap our heads around it to the point.
If I ever have a house, I'm gonna put it on my mailbox.
Yeah. This is home of Grammy-nominated Joshua Smith.
I'm still waiting for Ashton Kutcher to pop out and say, "You're on Punks. You're not really nominated for a Grammy."
I mean, you have to understand that, like, we're a hard rock band, and that doesn't happen to bands like us anymore. You know, the Grammys are reserved for the Katy Perrys and the Madonnas and the elite.
Justin Bieber.
We had the Golden Gods. That's what.
Yeah, we had the Golden Gods.
I believe Bieber was snubbed this year.
Yeah.
Just saying.
True. Bieber did not get it.
They did not believe.
But in your
Bieber was who I
category,
am.
so there's Hailstorm, and in your category, there's people like Marilyn Manson and Megadeth and
Lamb of God.
Legends.
Legends. What is it like to see these people as no longer maybe your idols or inspiration, but your competitors?
Well, the first reaction was, who screwed up and put us here? Myself and my brother over here, we grew up on Iron Maiden and Megadeth, and and we love the Lamb of God guys. In fact, we were listening, when we were writing for Love Bites, we were listening to Lamb of God and trying to get inspired for riffs. So really, we wouldn't, have that song if it wasn't. So it's
pretty
really
amazing
cool
to feel that mutual respect from your idols.
Yeah.
To actually kind of consider you somewhat their peers. It's pretty neat. I love it.
We're all hypocrites. We're like, screw the Grammys. Oh, we don't like the Grammys. The Grammys suck. And then now you get nominated. Like, we love the Grammys. We're going to the red carpet.
We're going to get the goodie bag.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, speaking of the red carpet, you are the only female in this category, which is great. So, is there an added pressure to be best dressed as well?
I don't know. Marilyn Manson's gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to one up
he's
Marilyn Manson.
He's kind of
He might wear a dress. We might have to call each other so we don't wear the same dress.
How embarrassing that would be. Let's talk about that song, Love Bites. You referenced a couple of things that I've read. One, Sebastian Bach and Skid Row was an inspiration, but there was also a Twitter follower involved in this as well.
Yeah.
And this is the Grammy-nominated song.
And this is the Grammy-nominated song, which is awesome. Because remember, it was also the first song we wrote for the record, too.
It's the bastard child of Skid Row, Lamb of God, and a tweet.
This fan of ours was having, some boy problems, and she's like, can you give me any advice to, she wanted to get her ex-boyfriend back or something like that. And so just in a word of strength, I'm like, well, love bites, but so do you, man. I'll bite back. And then I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I kind of like that. I'm going to write that down. And then he was working on riffs, and we had this crazy tempo, and that was inspired by Skid Row, Slave to the Grind. Just kind of was mishmashed together.
When we were recording the Skid Row song, it was the fastest song we ever played, so it was very physical. We really had to kind of train to record it. We always wanted to have a song that kind of high energy for the live show, and so that's how it came to be.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Good luck at the Grammys.
Thank you.
I forgot about that.